Hi, this is Ty from TyAgar.com. That's TYAGAR.com. Today we're going to talk about how you can be a standout. For many situations, in most of our education through our lives, we're told to really focus on our areas of weakness. However, when we get older, we realize that we have certain talents, certain skills, certain abilities. And if we actually spent the time to nurture those talents, those skills, those abilities, what we'll call our strengths, we will see that that gives us an advantage over other people. Because primarily, since everyone isn't alike, we all should have different strengths. Yet we still get caught up in focusing on areas of weakness and building that rather than building our strength. It's sort of like if you're Tiger Woods, for example, despite the stuff going on in the media with him, if you know that he's an expert golfer, the typical education system would say, hey Tiger, yeah, you're okay, you're great in golf, but you really don't know how to play a musical instrument, so why don't you strengthen yourself in developing your musical abilities. Now, so on its face value, we look at that and say that that's really foolish. However, that's what we typically do when it comes to ourselves, whether as parents, as just people living our lives. So to that extent, I think it's very important that we really understand where we're really strong. So one of the resources that's very helpful for this is called Standout by Marcus Buckingham. He's part of a group called the Gallup organization, or he worked for the Gallup organization, which was one of the first organizations that focused on understanding the strengths of an individual. So they developed an assessment that instead of focusing on areas of weakness or how other people would describe you, it focuses on what are your best, strongest attributes and how can you utilize those to achieve greatness. So with the extent of understanding Standout, Standout is an excellent resource. It really breaks down into 9 major strength roles, which I'm going to try to quickly go through to help you to determine your strength. Now again, it's better to purchase the book and go through the assessment, but I just wanted to kind of give you a heads up of where these are and where these different levels are and how that can help you. Level number 1, or the first strength role, and this is just in alphabetical order, is that of the advisor. The advisor has the motivating question. They're constantly asking what is the best thing to do. And these are practical, concrete type of thinkers who are powerful when they're reacting to solving other people's problems. Typically, the advisor strength is a person that's the subject matter expert, and so they're constantly reading and studying various materials so that they could parlay that information or relay that information to other people. The next strength is that of the connector, who is guided by the question of whom can I connect. These are people that really like to put people together to make something bigger than what it is now. And they see the world as a web of relationships and try to connect people constantly. So they spend a lot of time trying to get to know people, know as much as they can about a person, so that they can help and find opportunities to connect them with other people. The third area is that of the creator. The creator has the focus of what do I understand? So they make sense of the world by basically putting it apart and putting it back together. And so one of the things of the creator is before even when they ask for help, they're the type of person that would already come with some ideas of what to do. So they need time alone to think and focus on what they're trying to do, and they're actually relentless in pursuing their objectives and their goals. The next area is that of the equalizer. The equalizer has the motivating question of what is the right thing to do. So they're typically level-headed people whose power comes from keeping the world in balance, whether it's ethically, whether it's practically, but they're focused on the balance. And they feel that things need to be aligned, and they strive for that balance in what they do. So much so that if someone is not doing their job, they're one of the first people to let them know about what they're doing directly. The next role is that of the influencer. The influencer has the motivating question of how can I move you to act? So these are people that engage people directly to convince them to act, and their focus or their strength is really in their persuasion. And they're able to get people to act based on what they recommend, and so they're very direct in what they're doing. Conversely, there are people that really focus on hearing what they need to hear to influence the next person. So sometimes they're listening for what they want to hear, and so have sort of selective hearing. But they're really focused on their charm and their persuasiveness. The next area is that of the pioneer. The pioneer is moved by the motivating question of what is new. So they view the whole world, their environment, as a very friendly place. So they're willing to go out to see and make good things happen. So one of their abilities is to be able to be optimistic when they're faced in situations that are very uncertain. They also are all about what is next, what is the new thing. So they really don't feel failure and experimenting when they're trying different things. The next area is that of the provider, who is motivated by the question of, is everyone okay? So that's the type of person that really senses other people's feelings, and they're compelled to really give them a voice if they don't have a voice. Those are the people that are very active in their community, very focused on the value that they contribute to others. They have a good sense of people's feelings, whether they're friends or peers, and they really focus on defending other people's actions. Now the next area is that of the stimulator. The stimulator has the motivating question of, how can I raise the energy? So they really hold on to other people's emotions to really and are responsible to them to the extent of lifting up that energy level. So they really want to they're really known for having high energy and turning that around in others. They really increase the amount of energy that's in the environment that's around them, and as such, other people tend to really follow them, and when they take action because of that trait as a leader. The next area is that of, or next strength role is that of the teacher. The teacher has the motivational role of, what can I learn from this? And so they are people that are really thrilled by seeing the potential in others. And they're really energized by seeing something in someone and trying to draw that out. So they really focus on learning in everything that they do. So they're really great listeners, really pay attention, they really don't interrupt people, and operate like coaches. So with those 9 areas, I just wanted to encourage you to go to get the book Standout that you should see at the bottom of your screen. You could purchase it for a discount, and hopefully this is something that will be helpful. Again, I really recommend it as a resource, whether you're an investor in the markets, whether you're a real estate investor, whether you're starting your own entrepreneurial endeavor. I think it's very important to start from the premise of understanding who you are as an individual and being able to leverage that. To use one thing as an example, in my strength role, for example, is that of an equalizer and advisor. Those are my 2 areas, and I would say that's beneficial because of the aspect of the equalizer. I see the world, and I'll say personally, it's very easy to see the world as a group of systems, a system within a system. We have a breathing system, we have a solar system around us. And so once I understand the system, that allows me to better understand the situation. And also as an advisor, my strength is looking for problems. And again, what helps me to see the problem is seeing how the system operates. If something's out of alignment with the system, that tends to cause problems. But I take for granted that people can see the systems that are in operation around them. So again, I just hope that this is a good resource for you. Again, this is Ty Agar from TyAgar.com. Here's hoping that you have a wonderful life, and looking for you having greater endeavors. Thank you.